leave it fully off. It's cool, neat feature. All right, so got that figured out. Got rid of the old light here. There was some loose wiring there. I fixed that up. All right, so next thing up is we want to deal with this floor. Once we get the flooring situated, we're going to rebuild this toilet flange and put the toilet back in. We're going to put the sink back in, or the new sink faucets. We're going to change these out, and I'm going to fix this wobbling thing here with the shower valve. Yeah, so once we get all that done, we'll come out here and fix the walls out here, and then fix the cut I made there to fix that. So and then repaint everything, and it'll be all done. It's up real good, so it'll have a good positive seal. And then got all the new stuff over here I'm gonna install in once I clean the sink up real good. All right, so we're working on this here. We got that all flattened down. We're gonna put a new ring on there. All right, so fix the lead hat down with the brass hat, or the brass ring. And now we've cleaned the floor up, and we're just put primer on for the new flooring we're going to put down. One additional thing to note here is I noticed as I've been working on this, I need to secure that frame there. That whole frame is moving around off the floor. And then the door is rotted out right there. I might be able to fix that door and that part of it with some wood epox. Might be able to fix that. I didn't realize that was that bad. That whole thing is moving around, so I can secure that down with some. All right, so just kind of showing the drywall that I'm cutting out. Actually, I went ahead and took the flooring back off again. I'm going to start all over again. There's just too much I need to redo. Once I got in here and started looking at the walls and started seeing the black mold all in it on the back and front, I had to cut it all out, as you can see. And so yeah, all that had to be cut out, so I'm gonna have to redo all this. All right, so the door, as you can see, the door's in bad shape, and I'm gonna try to repair this little piece here with some wood epox and just put that back on there. I mean, we're not gonna get the most perfect situation, but get some of this wood epox and we'll work it out. See if we can get some of that in there. And all right, so kind of just filled that in with the wood epox. I should build us a new piece there. All right, so we're just working on cleaning everything up. At the next phase of lining up the new drywall pieces, they're gonna go in here on the outside. All right, so we're back here, and if you remember, this was all wobbly. I put a little tap con in there, drilled it into the cement, locked that down, so now that won't move around. Tighten this up so it ain't wobbling. I used that wood epox and made a new little piece of wood there. Put that on, it works. I mean, sort of had to do a whole nother frame, a whole nother door. It does a trick. As you can see, the new sink drain is in, new faucet, new valve. This one was leaking. We got that fixed, no more leaks. And finally got a nice shower, or I mean a nice sink. hot and cold, good to go. All right, drain's good, no leaks. And we've got the hat tapped down to the floor level. We're about to mount all this down later on. First, we're gonna do the floor, get the drywall done, get all the painting done, put the baseboards in, or put the flooring in, then the baseboards, and then we'll install the toilet in. That'll be the last thing I do. All right, and of course we got a nice light in here. It's really bright now. All right, so we're making progress. So let's get started. Let's just start with the outside stuff here. All right. Like I said, I've already pre-cut everything ahead of time. So now it's just a matter of sliding it all in to its place. Boom, just like that. Alrighty. And what we do want to do is kind of mark where the studs are so we don't forget where we're drilling at. Yeah, so boom. Alright. And then of course we'll fix that corner with this corner piece, and then we'll just mud it all up together. That'll be later once I get started mudded. First thing is start drilling these up. Alright, so here we are. We're starting to get the drywall done. Got rid of all that moldy black mold stuff, all the broken up stuff. So we're kind of rebuilding everything. Just throwing to some of the steps I'm doing right now. Still more to do. Just first coat. Come back with another one later. And then all back there. And also fix that too, where the shower was. We'll show how that's not bouncing around too real quick. Hold on. As you can see now, it's locked in place. It doesn't bounce around no more, so that's a good. Alrighty, here we are. We're doing our liquid wood and our wood epoxy trick to fix up this messed up looking flange here. This flooring's all screwed up, so I'm gonna fix this whole floor up and get that to sit right. So, all right, so got the liquid wood mixed up here, and then wait about 5 minutes for it to induct. Alrighty, here we are. Go ahead and dip in my paintbrush there and start working it in. What this does is acts as a primer for the wood epoxy that I'm going to put in. And we're just going to kind of get this all filled in around it. Wood epoxy is done. Alright, so here we are. Went ahead and filled all that, missing wood pieces there. And we'll use that wood epoxy to restore the flooring without actually having to lay a whole nother floor and redoing the pipe. This actually works really well. It'll cure and harden to the same level of the wood itself and even harder. Right now it's still drying, but there's a quick dry, so I can actually start sanding it as soon as the grayness in there starts to turn to white. We're ready to sand. So yeah, same over here. Repaired that. So everything is, remudded. Got all the walls, fixed up. And on the back here, now we're getting ready to come in here now and do these. And I did the floor already too with a fine grit and sanded down that wood epoxy around there to just kind of flatten all that out. you remember how the walls used to look, this is now repaired. And I removed all the old broken up stuff, put some new drywall, sanded it down, and now it's in the prime phase. So they look much better than they were. Okay, so coming around, same over here, kind of looking around a little at it. Looks a lot better. This is all primed right now and repaired, all the the broken up stuff. And then in here, same thing. It's all looking pretty white right now. This is all primer, primed, sanded, filled all the holes and stuff. And so yeah, looking around there, that's the stage we're at right now. That's where all the broken parts were. Just kind of repaired that up a little. And then just did a little primer treatment on the floor for the next step that we'll be doing, which will be now doing the self-stick tile primer. We're going to put that on as well. But I just put that primer on just to kind of fill in the divots and stuff a little bit more. I fixed all the walls, patched all the holes, and now I'm just kind of painting it now. Just showing you. Alrighty, so got the painting going, looking good. Alright, rolling the primer down. Alrighty now, so this is having a little leak from the front. I'm gonna, you can see where it was dripping back. I had noticed that when I pulled the wall before. I had seen the leak back here dripping down. So we just want to see what's going on here. I didn't really notice a leak too much until I was behind it, but now you can kind of see the water below it, where it's been kind of dripping back and then it comes forward. Most of it drips out this way. So we're just gonna have a look at this real quick. All right, so we got the sheath off. Now these, it looks like they have little retaining pins that come out, and that's what holds it in. So there's, okay, so just turning it on a little bit, you can see where that drip was coming from right there. So it's coming right out of the valve. So we're gonna have to see about alright, I turned the main off. We just gotta get some of that water out of there. Alright, so we pulled the cartridge out, getting it out. That was really hard to get out too. You really had to tap it and wiggle it a lot. So, there it is. Whoa. So, let's have a look in there. Okay. So, as you can see, the seal is pretty ate up. Oh yeah, you can see how bad it is. That's why it was leaking. The seal is done. It's all bent. Basically ate up over time. All right, here we are. New valve. We're gonna just kind of clean this out a little bit. That little cleaned out. All right, so here we are. We pulled the old valve out. Okay, and I don't want to stay straight. Looks like it's already got grease on it. We'll put a little extra on too. The plumber's grease. I like to put a little extra on, even though there's some on there already. But it pretty much greased it already pretty good, but I like to give it just a little extra. Just. Alright, so these Moens are kind of complicated a little bit, but you got your little nut thing here that you can line this up with. You just want to make sure when you do it, you want to kind of tap it in. Alright, so we got that to click over right there. You just had to push that little clip in and it kind of clicks into place. All right, we got that in. Next up, we have this part. It's kind of hard to slide that on, but we'll see if we can tap it into place. Okay. All right, and we slide the little gasket on there like so. Boom. Put the little nut on that right there. Your escutcheon was all pretty busted up and broke, so I'm gonna. All right, so we want to line. All right, so we got the escutcheon on. Let's just give it a final turn with the screwdriver. So we're gonna bend the metal. All right, that's good, solid. Finally got that solidified. Now let's get the cap back on. All we do is just line him right up, screw him on in. Do this by hand also, so we don't put too much torque on it. Possibly break the. All right, there we are. Perfect. Pulls in and out, nice and smooth. Perfect. Very good. No pull on the wall anymore. Remember, I was going bouncing around. We got a new shower head also, so this is all kind of refurbished now, looking good. All right, let's go ahead and cap it back up, that, and let's go test it out. All right, moment of truth. Let's see how we did. Yeah, see, no more leak in it, no more. That's perfect. Give that little test of the hot and cold. Feel, oh, that's cold. Let's see how the hot feels. Oh yeah, perfect, and that's the hot. So it's lined right up how it should be. That's max hot. It gets really hot in the middle. Look at that, no more leaks. Perfectly dry, comes in and out nice. Nice and smooth like it should. It's perfect. That's a perfect shower valve replacement. And that's what you do. That now the leak and it's all solidified. It looks good. Good to go. All right. Yeah, looks great. All right. All right, here we are. We're getting ready to lay the floor down. I'm gonna use some of this Loctite spray adhesive, contact adhesive, 300 heavy, just to give it a little extra pull. These do have some sticky on it, but not necessarily always enough. All right, here we go. All righty. We're gonna put our first piece in. Line it right up. Now just tap it down. All right. And we'll take our little towel roller. Just give it a little roll just to see how, make sure it's going down okay. Sometimes floors be a little uneven, so this kind of helps push it down. All right. Perfect. All right, let's do the next one. All right. A little plastic. All right, so here we are, nearly done with the floor. Got a little more to go. All right, so we got the flooring in. It's all sealed up, every seam. Even sealed around the flange. Now we're getting ready to caulk all the edges now. Alright, here we are at the next stage now. Just got the baseboards installed. Good. Oh, fill that all the way, so that's all the way sealed up. You know, we've got a little more caulking over here to do, and maybe a little more caulking right along here. And then we'll touch up the paint again around the board with the trim. And all right, so we got the floor in. Gonna touch up the baseboards a little more yet, but right now I want to focus in on the toilet flange next. So let's get to that. We have it ready to go. All right, so we drilled it in, got it locked into place, nice and solid. 4 good deep screws there. Right. Pop that seal right in there. Push it down. There we go. All right, here we are. We're ready to put the toilet in. All right, so we got the toilet put onto the flange, and we got the cap base nut and that on. I'm just gonna tighten him down. We're looking real good in there. Bathroom's looking good. Definitely a big change from where it was. All right, boom. All right, so we got the new toilet installed, locked down. It's rock solid. Looks like it filled perfectly. Give this first flush. There it goes. Perfect flush. Checking for leaks. Which I know there aren't none, because that thing was really a well-built flange, and when I rebuilt that, it's perfect. No leaks. Yeah, perfect. Now, oh well, let's see something here. This might need to come out more though. Yeah, I think that was tilted too much. Yeah, we'll try that again. Make sure that lined up. It's kind of sitting to the turn a little bit too much. Okay, flush. Perfect. Yeah, that had been, just need to rotate it a little bit. Now it's coming up on the float like it should. Okay, perfect. No leaks. Just checking for every point. Good there. No leaks. Perfect. We have a perfectly installed toilet. All right. Now we just gotta trim them down and put the caps on. That's next. All right, so here is the bathroom now, the renovated, except for the door. Which I'm going to be touching all the doors up at the end, just giving it some black coating, so that'll be a separate thing. But I did repair it so that on that hinge so it can close down there. But here, let's focus on the bathroom renovation now. As you can see, it got new switches and the power works. It also has a night light, so if you flick it once and you can bring it all the way on. Vent works. So that's done. New switch, new electrical working, new light. Got a CGFI. Got a new plug, looks good, solid. Got the new sink in. Sink faucet. Perfect on the east side. You've already seen the toilet. And flush is good. Perfect. Feels good. No more leaking. This is the baseboards, floor, paint job. You know, if you remember, all the walls were messed up, and now you got new baseboards and stuff. Got some new plumbing, new piece here, new valve. Get this on here. Okay. Baseboards at the bottom. Got the floor. It's the rock solid. This ain't going nowhere. So that's good. Okay. So that's the new floor. Got the paint job over here. We repaired that big hole in the wall there. All the holes have been fixed, you know, to a certain good extent. And then the shower, rock solid now. It's got a brand new valve on it. No leak anymore. So you pull out, used to leak right here. Now there's none. New shower valve. I mean shower head. All right. So we're all good in the bathroom. And then looking around at the walls, it's all been fixed, repainted. Same over here. There used to be big old holes in the wall. That's all been repaired. Going around. Also, same thing here, all repaired. So yeah, all that's done. So that bathroom is finally done. Good to go. It looks real good.